Alright, it's time for some Sunday Armada, and this Sunday I'm playing my usual list, practicing for the tournament we have in 2 weeks, which is going to be a Bright Hope Transport with Bomber Command and Taurin, a Bomber Command Transport, Defiance with Blast Doors, Skilled First Officer, Boosted Comms, and XX9s and Madonna, and then a Pelter with All Fighters Follow Me, 3 X-Wings, Nora, Jan, Biggs, 2 Y-Wings, and Gold Squadron. Alright, and Matt is running a Demolisher, pretty standard there. 1 Architens with Enhanced Armaments and Intel Officer. A second Architens with Enhanced Armaments and Intel Officer. And a Byzanti Lifeboat with Jajorod. And then Whisper. 3 BT-49s, and the named BT-49. Monarchy, and then Major Rima. I had initiative with a 2-point bid, so I chose to go first, and the mission we picked was Hyperspace Assault. And we will get on with deployment. Alright, setup is now finished. Jajorod is running to carry rotate to Robin for the rest of the game. The Decimator Ball coming up through the middle, 2 Architens. The Transport's on my right with the Biggs Ball and Y-Wings, with the Pelter at speed 1 and the Defiance at speed 2. The Demolisher is waiting at hyperspace, ready to come out and turn 2 or later. And we're about to start turn 1. Alright, it's the end of turn 1, and the Decimator Ball was able to get in, and it did pile in the damage on the first X-Wing. However, the rest of his buddies are there to start jumping in on him. The Arcs moved up slowly, and JJ carried his runaway maneuvers, and the Transports pushed up, and Defiance pushed up on my left. So, a quick addendum to the end of turn 1. Demolisher is not coming in at the start of turn 2, and the 3 hyperspace locations have been altered by distance 1. Alright, and we are ready for a turn. Okay, end of turn 2, beginning of turn 3. Demolisher has jumped in right next to Bright Hope. The Y-Wings moved over, ready for wherever Demolisher would come in. The X-Wing Ball has carried on doing its job. It killed Monarchy, dragged it down. The X-Wings have taken a bit of a beating. But on the whole, the combat remains locked there, with Rima now down to 3 hull. And with that, we are going to go ahead and begin turn 3. Okay, it's the end of turn 3.
I gotta sit down and do some mathematical fiddling.
And Gladiator had a very short appearance. It failed to do any damage to Bright Hope. Flew around behind the Pelter, did 1 damage after re-rolling 4 dice and going from 4 hits to 1 hit. Sorry, Matthew.
Yeah.
The Y-Wings were instrumental in stripping all the shields off.
You should have just left it or just re-rolled it.
Off Demolisher and put on 2 hull, followed by 1 crit hit from the side of Defiance, which would have meant if it collided, it would take 2 damage. It flew behind Pelter, who then finished it off with a rear shot, which has a surprisingly powerful rear. The Defiance has taken a double hull from landing on top of the asteroid. Rima and Whisper both died to combine firepower for the Biggs Ball, though the
we never did the BT-49s in the squadron.
Yes, the BTs still need to go. So there's still a little bit more to come in turn 3. Addendum to the end of turn 3, the X-Wing on 1 hull finally bought it. And one thing I didn't point out was the Architens did manage to destroy the non-Bright Hope transport. Alright, and we are all ready for turn 4. Alright, it's the end of turn 4. Not much died this turn, however, the Y-Wings went after the Architens that was bombing it through on this side, stripped it all of its shields, and managed to push 1 hull through, leaving him now parallel with Pelter. The other Architens, while having taken a little bit of a pounding, is mostly healthy, just some shield damage. JJ is continuing on his exploration of the Outer Rim without actually doing all that much, and the 2 Decimators continue to take a pounding from the Biggs Ball. Alright, that is the end of turn 5. Bright Hope managed to get away. 2 X-Wings finally died to counterfire. Biggs is down to 1 hull, and Jan is still at 3. There is 1 surviving Architens, but it's about to get mobbed by fighters. Alright, here we have at the end of turn 6. The remaining Architans got mobbed by Nora Y-Wings and then finished off by a double rear shot from the Pelter, which today has managed to shoot down 2 ships, which is more than it's ever done before in a battle. And it was from its backside too. Which says a lot about his backside, I think. The remaining BTs were destroyed by Gold Squadron and Jan. JJ is debating whether or not construction of the second Death Star is a longer planned career than staying here. So that's the end of the game.